For any dog is just how well it responds to its owner's commands. And that's what all the dogs here on these benches have actually achieved by getting to Crufts to take part in the Obedience Championship. Incidentally, the obedience dogs are the only ones that are allowed to have decorations, cards and so on their benches. All adds up to a little bit more fun here in the obedience camp. Muriel Pearce, 4 times a winner here at Crufts with Megan of Monksmead. Did you enjoy the atmosphere?
Peter, I always enjoy Crufts. It's a special show, and whether I'm here as a competitor or a judge or now as a spectator, I always get the same excitement. It gives you a really buzz, Crufts does, you know.
What about the standard? Do you think it's improved? Has it changed?
The standard is not a lot of difference, Peter. In the old days, it was 2 days only. It's now 4 days. The dogs themselves, there's not a lot of difference in them. I would love to work my Meg here today to see how she would do against the dogs here. But the only real difference is that the heel work is much more complicated.
Put you on the spot now. Tips to win.
Well, I like Sandy Wadham's young dog, Ricky. I like Bob Burton's Wren's Nest Tigger. And I like the GSD, which is Jim Egg's dog.
Well, the obedience competition is divided into a competition for dogs and a competition for bitches. For the next few moments in the programme, we'll be concentrating on the dog competition. This is Mary Ray with Red Hot Toddy doing the heel work, one of the 7 separate exercises that are involved in the obedience competition.
Yes, and Toddy is now 7 years old and in his prime. His heel work style is free from the exaggerated type seen by many of this breed.
And in fact, this is an exaggerated style, I suppose.
That's
it's very
right.
bouncy. Dean Gary Drummer with Herbie Watson.
Yes, Herbie has never been able to slow this dog down. His style is always spectacular, but his keenness to work sends him a bit over the top and he loses marks.
Same handler, different dog. This is Jin's son, Jamie.
Yes, Jamie has a much quieter style. He's a different type of dog altogether. His heel work is very nice and steady, doing that circle very nicely.
Losing
oh
points,
dear,
though.
he's leaning on. He's going to lose marks there.
The heel work is a very long exercise. We only have time to reflect a little of it. This is Sylvia Bishop with Magic Sunday, always a good contender.
Well, it's a very sad day, Peter, because Sonny is going to retire today. He's now nearly 10 years old, but has been a marvellous dog.
Right, the second exercise, the send away. This is Bob Burton with Wren's Nest Tigger, and it's a very good example of the exercise.
This pair were 3rd last year and are doing well again this year. The send-away markers appear to get bigger every year, and I often wonder how today's dogs would fare if they were sent away to an unmarked spot, as this exercise was originally intended.
Of course, the exercise isn't over until the recall is complete. That was a very good one. But they did lose half a point on the exercise.
Possibly for that sit there, Peter.
They'll be pleased with that, though, and you hear the ring steward saying, you can relax now, that exercise is over. This is Jill Tubbs with Bitcheck Ace. Not quite such a good send-away.
No, but I like this dog. He's a lovely big blue merle, and they were 4th at this competition last year. He appears to be going very well this year, but unfortunately he overshoots the mark. Yes, he's outside the area.
Also critical, points lost.
2.5 in all.
We recognise Magic Sunday again here as we look at the next exercise, distant control. And you can see the dog responding to commands. We can't hear them in the noise in the arena.
Very fast indeed. His concentration is enormous.
The exercise is almost over, but Sylvia Bishop has to come to join him. And he can't move, he's got to stay there. Nerve-wracking, Muriel.
It is indeed. But he's very experienced, Peter.
One of your tips for the competition here now, Sandy Wadham with Kalali Ricky. In the distant control, Sandy walks to the other side of the arena. You can see the board behind the dog with 6 positions marked on it. That is the order that the instructions have to be given.
That's right, Peter. And the handler is allowed to say the dog's name with a command or a signal.
2.
Lovely squeak to get the dog to stand.
She's got a very nice voice, very clear.
4.
Ah, there's your leg signal on the down position,
5.
which is allowed. He's
One to go.
Lovely little dog. She actually loses a mark on this, Peter, but I honestly can't see where he lost it.
The decision of the judge, Roy Page from Cannock, always, though, is final. As we look at the fourth of the exercises, the retrieve. It's a fluffy toy they have to retrieve. Most dogs would collect this, but it's how they do it that matters.
That's right, Peter, and it is very tempting to make the dog's mouth and lose marks. But the pickup looks very clean to me. There's no mouthing. He does a very nice present in front.
Susan Payne and Chalkwell Rossi, this is, and they'll be pleased with that because they haven't been going too well before.
I think he gets full marks.
Thank you, Susie.
After those 4 exercises, all the dogs work together on a 2-minute sit and a 10-minute down. This is the down. The dogs aren't supposed to move, and they didn't. None of them lost any points. The handler's out of the ring. So after 6 exercises, the situation in the dog obedience competition has Red Hot Toddy in the lead with just 5.5 points lost. Magic Sunday close on his heels. The final exercise, then, the 7th, scent discrimination. It's a complicated one, but if you've seen our programmes from Crufts before, you'll know how it works. The dogs have to go and collect a cloth which has the judge's scent on it. And we're looking at the current second-place dog and handler, Sylvia Bishop, with Magic Sunday, being sent out to find the cloth from this pattern. The cloth that Sonny's looking for is that one. That's the one that's got the judge's scent on. There are also 2 decoy cloths in that pattern. And, of course, Sonny has to bring the right one back. That's one of the decoys, by the way.
That's right. Well, they have about a minute and a half to do this. Most judges allow that time. Sonny is going very, very carefully today because he has failed on this exercise before.
And he's failed again.
Oh, dear, oh, dear.
Oh, dear. Sylvia Bishop's heart must drop there. That's the whole 50 points for the exercise gone. They were in second place, stood a very good chance of winning. All gone now. Sympathetic applause as we watch the leader, Red Hot Toddy with Mary Ray. And Toddy's been known to fail the scent as well.
Yes, but he has rather a better idea. Oh, yes, he's got it already, look. That's very, very good. Well done, Toddy.
The crowd's starting to applaud there. One of the marshals waving them to keep quiet before the exercise is finished. They may lose the odd half point, but they can't lose enough to lose the competition. They've won it. What a moment for Mary Ray. Red Hot Toddy, Mary Ray from Rugby win the Obedience Championship for dogs. And there are the proud winners of this competition. Mary Ray there on the left with the judge. What a moment. You waited a long time for this, Mary.
Yes, I have.
You happy?
I'm very happy.
What was going through your mind as you were waiting to come into the ring there for the scent? The first 5 dogs having failed it completely.
Yeah, and there was a couple of good scent dogs in them 5, and so it made me very nervous. But then, as I walked in the ring, I thought, oh well, and I calmed down a bit.
If my memory serves me right, Toddy let you down in the scent though last year.
Yes, he failed it last year.
Well, it was a tremendous performance. You're obviously very happy. Congratulations today. You deserve it.
Thank you.
Now, I dare say a lot of people may be wondering how on earth these handlers managed to get their dogs to this standard. Well, this is Mary Ray working with a Belgian Shepherd dog, a Tervuren called Roxy, and they're practicing the heel work, and in this case, it's the tight turns, left and right, and they'll practice this sort of thing 10 minutes at a time, won't they, Muriel?
That's right, and the most essential thing to have is a good rapport with your dog. This dog is concentrating 100% on Mary. It's following her leg round, as you can see. And she probably does this every day.
Interesting. Here she's with Toddy again, who we've just seen win that competition, doing a bit of distant control work. Look how alert he is and how happy he appears to be.
Yes.
Let's make it a game. Throw a ball for him.
This is the whole thing. You do a bit of work, then you have a bit of play.
Bit of send-away practice here. Using a mat there to indicate where he's going to go. That eventually will be taken away. And again, fun. Letting him bring it back.
That's right. Lots of people use mats. I personally use liver.
That's bribery, Muriel.
I know that.
We're going on to the obedience competition for the bitches now. And the first one that we're featuring here is Sylvia Bishop. She had 2 bitches in this competition with Padgwy Crystal Gale.
And this pair, of course, Peter, if you remember, were winners in 1988. And what more can anyone say about Sylvia except to admire her for the way she adapts from the extrovert Sonny to this very laid-back style.
Just as we have for the dog competition, the judge is Roy Page of Cannock, who's put in a lot of work making sure his course is just so. As we go back to see Sylvia Bishop picking up Crystal Gale, lovely clean pickup and a very good bit of heel work they performed. And now a moment for all the crowd here, a Doberman in the ring, Paul Gavin from County Durham with Lady Gesler of Bryan.
And this is the first Doberman to qualify to work here since 1969, and all credit to her handler for getting her here for the second year running, although I must say I don't like that rather wrapped round style in the heel work.
Just 3 points lost though, and that was good going on the day. Beryl Kelsall now, second last year with Limewell Villa, and this is for the send-away.
Well, here we have a very experienced dog and handler. They were second last year, and Villa can always be relied upon to do very well at this show.
Forward.
And that's very neat, right in the centre of the send-away box.
Bang in the
About
box.
turn.
At this moment, she looks to be up with the leaders.
Call your dog.
You can hear the ring steward calling out the instructions. Everything that happens in the ring happens on his word. Nothing must happen until he says so.
And hold. Exercise finished, thank you.
Now, the winner of the dog competition, this is Mary Ray, this time with her bitch, Minak Red Aral. You saw in a little bit of film just a moment or two ago. It's a Tervuren. And she said to me, actually, I don't think she'll do the send-away very well, and she hasn't.
Well, this is interesting, Peter, because it's the first Tervuren ever to have qualified to work for Crufts. She's not doing the send-away very well and is going to lose a lot of marks.
Distant control now. We've explained how that works. This is Julie Jones with Barton View Morning Blizzard. Let's see what they make of it in this rather awe-inspiring arena.
If you remember, Peter, Julie has won this competition twice before with her little bitch Cindy. This one, Blizzy, doesn't appear to have the same style, but nevertheless, she's doing nothing wrong as far as I can see, and could well finish up in the cards.
She's enjoying it too.
She
Look at that
is.
tail wagging. It's nice to
Exactly.
see. And Julie just going over to finish the exercise. Roy Page thought it was good too. Just half a point lost. Jamina Wimpy Special now, also on the distant control with Philomena Jeffries.
Well, Wimpy is 7 years old. She has been to Crufts before. She's a very flashy, stylish dog who is very well handled and controlled by her owner. Doing this very nicely.
Total concentration. These 6 positions taken and maintained until the next one is given. Almost smiling, enjoying that. In fact, an additional signal from Philomena cost them 8 points, but the dog did very well. Next we have Andy Fisher and Anjan Constantina, this German Shepherd dog with the retrieve, slightly different object from the dog competition. This is a rag doll, and he's going to throw it rather a long way.
Well, this pair are from Wales, and today are out to enjoy themselves no matter what happens. It's a nice long-coated GSD.
Nice clean pickup. Little exercise for those would-be judges at home. This pair lost 1 point on this exercise. I'm quite spotted where it might be yet.
No, I haven't seen the fault at the moment. No mouthing.
Compare it with the next pair to go, because they went clear. But could it be the sit, Mira?
Well, it could be slightly crooked, yes.
Well, only 1 point lost there, so pretty good. Well, I'll say we can compare it now with the next pair to go, Monkey Magic and Pat Evans. They were perfect.
Well, the sheer delight that this dog shows through working is remarkable. There was a slight mouthing error there.
But it wasn't scored, they went clear. And look at Magic, very happy. Once again, a 2-minute sit and a 10-minute down took place, and one of the dogs rather failed it. This was Zoe's Girl, the German Shepherd dog, trying to go back to Wakefield, and owner Ray Rogerson, who, like the other owners and handlers, had left the ring. Those two are the two in contention. Gesler, the Doberman, on the left, Crystal Gale on the right. They're the first and second in that list, showing the position after the first 6 tests. Just the one test to come, the scent discrimination. And again, as we saw with the dog competition, the judge rubs 2 cloths in his hands. He gives one to the handler to let the dog get the smell, and the other one gets put into the pattern of cloths. All the dog has to do is go and fetch it. A different pattern from the one we saw with the dogs. The cloths are pink, and we're looking at Sylvia Mitchell and Mitch's Chase. Cloth, as I said, is pink. That's the one, and Mitch's Chase picks it up first time. That's all they had to do. That's an example of a perfect retrieve. A little bit close, perhaps, for the present.
Finish. Cheers. Exercise finishing.
And the leader of the competition, Sylvia Bishop and Crystal Gale, well, it just wasn't their day. They won the competition here 2 years ago, but Crystal Gale blew the scent completely. So here we go with Paul Gavin and his Doberman. They can win it if they do it right. The right cloth, it's a perfect present.
Finish.
Even if they lose half a point, they're still going to win.
Well, what a wonderful day this is for the Dobermans. The very first time that this breed has ever won this championship.
Marvellous day for the Doberman. Lady Gesler of Bryan in first place, Limewell Villa second, Monkey Magic third. And what a great day for Paul Gavin from County Durham. Paul, many congratulations. Now, this is a great day for Dobermans.
Oh, it'll be a nice day for all the bad reputation that they've been getting.
Because of that bad reputation, people would think that they couldn't do an exercise like she's just done for you today. How difficult was she to train?
In the beginning, she was like a hard dog to train, but once she knew what she wanted of her and you got her going, she just come along quite nicely. It did everything I wanted, always willing to try, and I think they're a very, very affectionate dog, so they've always tried to give you 100%. You always dream about this, but you never think it's going to actually come true for you, like, dear.
Well, congratulations. Maybe we'll see you in Birmingham next year.
Oh, you'll see us in Birmingham next year.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congratulations.
Right. Thank you very much.